Ladies and gentlemen, buyers, good afternoon and a warm welcome to what is sure to be another special Harcourts Rata & Co Auctioneer number 98, Monash Street in LALOR. My name is Robert Ozzimo. I proudly represent the company of Harcourts Rata & Co. I'm joined here today by the best team in the business, the team in blue. Should you require their advice, please feel free to approach either Michael or Michael, of course Alex Dukas, Andrew DeSanto, and of course George and Christina Iannou, who no doubt you've met throughout the marketing campaign together with Michael Carrafa. So buyers, I'd like to share with you the following announcements which in place help you bid and buy with absolute confidence here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer. I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. The contract has been on sale on display prior to today's auction. We call for 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of that contract here today, and the balance to be paid at settlement in 30 to 60 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. All in all, quite a straightforward contract. Everything's in there, everything's quite clear. What a great opportunity for any first home buyer, any family, any investor among us here today, here in Monash Street in LALOR. All the infrastructure that you need for great lifestyle and great capital growth is at your fingertips. Schooling as close as across the road, so extra special for those who have children attending LALOR North Primary School, and of course plenty of other schooling options, both primary and secondary, in the surrounding streets, not far away at all from the Western Ring Road, providing simple access into the city, and of course easy access to a number of shopping options, all within easy reach of where we stand today. The property itself being well maintained over the years by the current vendor, absolutely nothing to do, move straight in, but also plenty of scope for you to add your own touches on and truly make it your own over the years. And that journey starts here, it starts now, it starts with getting the sold sticker on the board. If you'd like to reserve that right, buyers, now is your opportunity to do just that. Where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for number 98 Monash? Who'd like to start us off? I don't mind the call. Start me where you like. This is your moment, your time, buyers. We're here to sell. We've got a very reasonable reserve price in the bid to get the job done here today. But in order to do that, I need your bids, buyers. I don't mind the call. I've had my say. It's time for you to have yours now. Who'd like to start us off? Opportunity to start from a position of strength. Show the other buyers here today that the keys belong to you, that the home is yours. You've got that chance now, buyers. Where can I see you start? Oh, very, very quiet street at times also, buyers. But you've got, as I said, the opportunity to start from a position of strength and opportunity to mark your territory. Where was that, sir? At 670,000, we'll go with you at 670 now. Welcome and best of luck here today, sir. At 670,000, there's the bid, there's the competition. The opportunity lays with every other potential buyer here today, and perhaps round me off to 7. At 670,000 now, fairly been offered now at 670 the bid. At 670,000, bids there across the road. I'm asking for 30 at 670,000. At 670,000, bids there across the road. At 670 now, make it 700 in the rise. At 670,000, first call. At 670,000, done. At 670,000, bid there. Second call at 670 the bid. At $670,000 now for the third and final call at 670,000, all done, all finished, silent, out at 670,000. Bids there across the road, opportunity with every other buyer. If you've come here to buy, this is the moment to show me buyers. At 670,000, instructions there, Alex. At 10 at 680, he's worn me down. We'll move along at 10 and same courtesy, 10 at 10, sir, if you like. At 680 now, make it 90. At 680,000, I dare say 700 is a better bid though. At 690 the bid. At 680,000 rather, at 680,000, 90 the call. At 680,000, fairly been offered now at 680 the bid. At 680,000, fairly been offered now with Alex here at 680. Once at 680,000, are we done? Second call at 680 the bid, done. Finished. Third, final call at $680,000 the bid. Are we all done? All finished? Silent, out at 680,000. As I said, a very reasonable reserve price in order to get the job done here today. So 680,000. I'll put it back to you now for 3 further calls at 680 the bid. Only taking 10 in the rise if it makes it easier to get involved. It's a great bargain basement buying at that. There should be a sea of hands at that level at 680 the bid. The bid's there on the phone with Alex against you, sir, at 680 now, at 680,000. First call, second call, third, final call at 680 the bid. All done, all finished, silent, out at 680,000. While I'll roll up my sleeves and do the hard work here today. 90 now on the vendor bid with me at 90 against your buyer Alex for 700 now if they like. At $690,000 the bid. At 690,000 now at 690 the bid. At 690,000 got to be an even 700 in the rise at 690 now. At 690,000 only the one bid here today, sir. Surely there's more value than that in it for you. At 690,000, can I say 7? Well, there's much more value in it for your mum, no doubt. At 690,000, 7 will get you back out in front at 690 the bid. At 690,000, first call at 690, all done. Second call at 690, all done, finished. Third, final call, 690 the bid, all done, all finished. Silent, out at 690,000. Instructions there, Alex, at 690. Looking for 700 in the rise. They can round me off to 700 at 690,000. Bids against them at 700,000 now, 700 the bid. At 700,000, even money now, 7. At 700,000, I suggest that's probably where we should have started at 700,000, but we're there nonetheless. At 700 now, even money. At 700,000 now, fairly been offered now. At 700 the bid. At 700,000 for the first call. At 700,000, done. Second call at 700,000, done, finished. Third, final call at 7, looking for another 10 on top at 700,000 now. Got to be 710 in the rise at 700,000. I'll keep pushing here at 710,000 with a vendor bid and make it 20 now at 710 the bid. At 710,000 now, looking for 20 on top at 710 now. At 710, and it's got to be 20 in the rise at 710. At 710,000, 20 can I say, still great value at that at 710,000 now. At 710 the bid and looking for 10 on top at 710 the bid. At 710,000, first call at 710. At 710,000 twice at 710. At $710,000 the bid for the third and final call at 710 the bid. All done. All finished. All silent. Out at 710,000. Instructions there on the phone, Alex. They need a little bit more time at 710,000. Well, I'll tell you what, buyers, I will just take a moment to confer with our vendors and I'll be back momentarily. Thank you. Well, buyers, thank you very much for your patience. At 710,000, my instructions are very clear. We have had a reduction in the already reasonable reserve price in the bid to meet you, the market here today. However, if there is no further bidding, we will negotiate with every potential buyer at the vendor's reserve price. So if you are here to buy and you want to put yourself in the box seat and lock all the other buyers out of that discussion, you have the opportunity now at 710,000. I'll put it back to you for 3 further calls at 710. If there's no further bidding, we'll negotiate privately with all the interested parties we find here today. So at 710,000, the opportunity is yours now at 710,000 for the first call at 710. Are we done? Second call at 710,000. Are we done? Finished? Third, final call at 710. All done, all finished, all silent out at 710. Oh, buyers, my instructions are clear. We treat privately with you at the vendor's reserve price. If you do have any interest in the property, please feel free to approach myself or one of my